Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Vanity Fair. My name is Chris Fair. That's why I have a podcast named Vanity Fair. You know what happened there. Welcome. I am super pumped. I'm so stoked to talk about, listen, it's our favorite show. It's 90 Day Fiance. It's before the 90 days. This is season 8. It's episode 16, Mile High Club. And here's the thing. I have a very special guest. Her name is Sharmita Bhattacharya, and she is a beautiful actress, both of film and television. She has like a bunch of really cool movies that have come out recently. One is called Four Samosas, and it was on Hulu, but also she did another one called Arrange Love on E, which is like a rom-com that she got to film in India. One more thing is that Rama, who was on 2 episodes ago, is your beloved.
Recently.
Welcome to the show. Hi,
Thank
how are you?
I'm good. Bhattacharya, very close.
Oh, I'm
Just
so
so
sorry.
I
Bhattacharya.
Bhattacharya, you got it. You got it. You're great.
Okay, babe.
Yeah, I'm really happy to be here. This is wonderful. So excited to talk about the show. It's exciting. This episode is packed.
Is it interesting to, now that you're married, like watch these couples get together and be like, no, it's not going to work out. I'm a professional.
Didn't even take till being married, let's be honest. But honestly, like I think Rama had a thing of like, I don't watch reality TV, and then I have sucked that out of him so quickly. Like he just sits there and watches them with me, and on sometimes more excited than me. He's like, a new episode's out. I'm like, yes, it is. Let's sit. So,
So you got him hooked on the
I got him
juice.
hooked. Yep.
Will you tell us like how long have you been watching the show, or who is your favorite couples, and like what do you think about the franchise in itself?
So my hook in was Jenny and Sumit, straight up. I don't even remember. I was with a girls' night, and somehow we got on YouTube and found an Indian couple, or like Indian and white couple, and we were like, ooh, culture. So I clicked on it, and then we just could not stop watching their story. So that was my in. And then from there, social media will target the perfect ads for you. And so then for this specific series, it was Lisa and Daniel. Just their little clips are golden. So by then I already understood the format of 90 Day Fiance, and I was like, I like it. We're good. So let's click on it. And then, yeah, every time I watch another couple's bit that comes before or after their scene, I was like, oh, now I have to know what they're doing. And then now I just watch the show.
Yeah.
I gave in. I like it all.
Good. Yes. It's interesting because sometimes we get like cultures that come back around a lot. We actually don't have a lot of Indian couples. We only have one, like
there was one other. I can't remember their names anymore, but there was a fairly young white girl who married.
Oh, the crazy witch one?
Yeah.
Yes.
Who married the Indian guy. So that one I did watch. That one was not as fun. Huh?
Yeah. What did you think of that when she was screaming? Her name is Claire, right?
She had like the nose thing and like colored like reddish. I think it was reddish.
She was
yeah,
like,
right?
and she screamed, and she got her own apartment. Within the apartment, she was still mean.
Oh, I don't even know if I've got to fully watch that. I remember watching like the wedding happen, like the process of when I joined into that storyline. She was like getting her mehndi done, and the sangeet happened. She did the dance, and then like she had gone there, and like the apartment was supposed to be done, but the husband to be was nowhere near what she had said that things should be at before I get there. The brother hated her. The brother-in-law just did not like her. Kimberly. Yep. That sounds familiar. Yeah.
Oh, I can't. Yeah. It was Kimberly. Yes. And TJ.
It was that. Yeah. I honestly had issues with a lot of the members of that whole storyline. Like I didn't think anybody was really making the proper effort. It was just bad all around. Because there were some things for her. I was like, that's a reasonable ask if it was said early enough. And if you weren't going to be ready, maybe you should have like let her know before she arrives and then realizes it while she's there. That's not very nice of you when you're about to get married, But then on her end, I'm like, I've seen plenty of people visit India with a very negative mindset of it when they approach it, and I've also met people who are lovely about it. So I think that's a choice, and sometimes I felt like she was choosing to not like her experience.
Yes, and there was Jen and Rishi. I forgot. Then Jen was the older white lady that was like maybe like sometimes a little zonked out in her eyes.
See that one.
I gotta send you her. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a messy situation too, honey. Messes all around. sometimes, and sometimes love.
Jenny and Smith.
Yeah, I
I
know, I
like
know.
them. They're cute.
Forrest and Sheena. I mean, we can, as we get into this, it's interesting
Mhm.
how there is like genuine love, and then there's
Mhm.
also like what's happening there, you know?
Forrest and Sheena. I'm excited to talk about them.
Yeah, let's
Mhm.
start.
Yeah.
She's hangry. We start with, in, you know, Sheena's hangry, honey, and
Mhm.
he's like, "Here's one nut." She's thanks for oh, stomach full, never have to eat again. One nut. She's like, I'm a chipmunk or whatever. Like, how do you
They're just foreshadowing to the end.
I Wah! Yes, yes, get in. She's yeah, she's gonna be satisfied at some point, hopefully, but it's
Oh.
gonna take some time.
Uh-huh. Mhm.
Yeah. Um yeah, he listen, obviously he for some reason didn't quite understand what
Mhm.
was going to be going down for his own responsibilities. And did you feel like this is interesting? Forrest wanted so badly to be like, Mom, Molly, there's a good possibility that once I get there, I'll just stay. I'm fine staying there, you know, like I'm going to bring one pair of underwear and just buy all my stuff there because I'm living in the Philippines. And then he gets told that, like, oh, buddy, if you want to be with her, you got to live here because you didn't put your shit together in America. And now he's like, I don't know if I can do it. Right?
Mhm. I guess I didn't see the beginning of their story, so I don't know how he was before. When I walked
Mm.
in, it didn't seem like he was very much like a mother's boy, mama's boy,
Mm-hmm.
and like was checking in on everything. Their relationship was honestly not one of my favorite storylines to start because it was just Sheena looked miserable
Mm-hmm.
and there's no joy in that face at all, ever. And
Mm-hmm.
he was just like, Mama, Mama. And so I was like, you guys, I can't root for you. I don't think you guys are making decisions for yourself. And then she was providing for him, but then there was the whole thing about her lying. So I was just like unsure how I felt about them. This is the first episode where I saw them as a couple, like making decisions together. They were glowing even before the big day.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They were already just like smiling and talking and it felt like making a life, you know, seeing what that could look like. So I wonder if this was the first time that he's even thought like, what do I want? And I think a part of him, he's just so attached to his mom that that's a big possibility where he just assumed like, you know, she will come to me, the better life, quotes, if people are just audio hearing this, hand quotes, is America, right? So like, she'll definitely come to me or whatever. And so the real possibility of him finding like love and a relationship with her is settling in of like, do I want to be without her if she can't come to America? No, I think I want to stay here. I think that possibility. Also, getting a job. The reality is he's disabled and cannot hold a job. So it would be accepting that you may not have her in your life if you go back to America. So the weighing that.
You're right. It's interesting because okay. It's interesting because the joy that we've seen for me on her face happened
Mhm.
when she's with animals. She's like, I love animals, honey. I hate them humans. But that's what my
Mhm.
veterinarian, every time we see her pet a dog, I mean,
Yeah.
she lights up.
Yeah.
And they don't quite get into this like back and forth, and I understand why, but both people are neurodivergent.
Mhm.
And she has like obviously an intense obsession slash love for animals, and therefore is a veterinarian. I
Mhm.
wish I knew like some of the steps or how hard it would be if she wanted to be able to do that in America.
Yeah.
She seems to want to say, and I'm not, I mean, it feels like she wants to say that Forrest isn't unable to provide. He has to, which I think, find the way in which he can make it work,
Mhm.
like find work that he can do.
Yes.
Because, you know, I'm not saying I know what it is, but I think that in her mind, she's like, I did it.
Yeah.
I know what I like. I know that I can work well with animals. And so that's what it is. Like, you know, Forrest, I'm assuming does have, just like, you know, I do, obsessive things that he loves, right? Mine's
Mhm.
reality show talking about it, you know, like he can find,
Yeah.
yeah, like video games he can find. I mean, there's something that
Yeah.
this man really cares about and like
Yeah.
knows a lot about.
Yep.
And it's not even, I mean, it's on like in a very truthful way, every person should try and find a way, if they can, to find work that builds upon something that they know and or do and or love a little bit enough to like feel good about. Not
Yeah.
all work is going to be incredibly fulfilling all the time,
Yeah.
but the goal is to find something that like you can do. And I think that Forrest has said that he has some issues, you know, like following maybe linear like infrastructure when it comes to
Mhm.
jobs or administrative tasks or taking orders in such a way from someone else. And so I think that he would have to really, see if he can find something.
Something maybe more in the creative space because it's less, regulated with like rules, or like people aren't as dependent on. I mean, they do like in production side and stuff, but like in general, there's a space in art where it is a little bit more free flowing, and what you bring to it is your knowledge and your passion, and that can't be replicated. So it's worth waiting around for, even if you make mistakes and such. Like there's a little bit more leniency, but he just has to find what that is. I agree with you. I think there is a space, and I do see Sheena being very nice about trying to make that conversation happen of like, I believe in you. You can have a job. The truth is, you probably can't have enough of a salary to have me be in the US, and I'm fine continuing to provide. It just means you'd have to live here, but then you can help out with like a smaller way. But it's still for you, it's a big deal. It's smaller as in like by numbers, but for you, it's hard to hold a job. So therefore, if you try, you'll still feel successful and fulfilled, like you're helping out too. And I'm happy with that sort of dynamic. I feel like that's where Sheena's coming from, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, he's so tall. Like, I feel like he could literally get paid to like put things on shelves for people.
Right.
I mean,
I don't know the average height of Filipinos, but I mean, I'm Bengali, and we are definitely shorter than a lot of Indians. And, I got myself a tall guy to get the top things, and I'll get the things in the bottom. That's fine with me.
that's
We
so
help
funny.
each other out.
Yeah.
Yeah, he could definitely help out, probably.
Yeah. Just like is the known tall person. He walks around all the villages. He's like, listen, it's almost like an ice cream man where you're like, oh, Forrest is coming. This is the day we can be like, go get that thing for us and we'll give him some money. Like, I mean, I don't know, but there's a way, I think.
Yep, there is.
It's interesting though. We finally get, a little bit of horniness from them because we've been knowing that there are virgins, and first scene is him going with his mom to a sex shop, and then they've been unable to really like enjoy each other's bodies for lots of reasons, as well as they wanted to wait because they both have waited this whole time,
Yeah.
even though they know they love each other and whatnot.
I almost feel like Sheena needed to know that he would stand up for her. And that when he did, I think that changed the dynamic for them, which I think was a couple episodes ago. But yes, that was a big turning point, I think.
That's very astute. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to be like, whose side are you on? And are you going to be for me after? Like, I don't know. Or I think that sometimes there's like this hard thing that she's never had like physical intimacy before like that, but sometimes I think that it can feel like, is someone really down for me, or is someone like just saying something, but like what happens in behavior wise, and like if you expose your very vulnerable self, especially like an intimate act, it can feel like scary, obviously. And so to have someone like early on or before that comfort her by giving her like a behavior that shows that he is willing to do something hard or be uncomfortable to be with her, to make sure that she's comfortable. I can see how that would be like a relief for her.
Yeah, and they did seem adorable through the process of talking through, like, let's do it. Or I just thought it was adorable and so heartwarming because she was so giddy. I don't think I've ever seen her that giddy, and you could tell it was genuine. They were both just so shy, but like excited, in like this really cute way. I was like, good for them. The camera being in there as long as it was not as comfortable. I was like, are we gonna like watch this happen?
I know. They like
they have their moment. It's
yeah. The way in which they have done the camera work, sometimes the cameraman gets kicked out of the room. Have you seen ones where like they'll be like, well, we're gonna do our thing now, and sometimes couples literally shut the door and the cameraman who's just like, bye. Their thing was, she comes out in her like lovely purple lingerie. It's absolutely see-through, and God bless, her, she kept, I get it, like her bra on, because it's like you're not gonna show titty on TLC, although she could. And then the camera does that thing where it kind of like fades in the back and sort of ducks behind the extra bed with like flowers on it. Because he's, of
Mhm.
course, made a whole love nest.
Mhm. Mhm. And he even like closes the door as if it's gonna be me, Sheena, and the cameraman. Like, did you see that scene?
Yeah.
He literally closes the door with the camera still inside. I was like,
Yeah. I was like,
are
no,
you joining?
come out. Yeah. And I'm like, she comes out in this lingerie and he's kind of like still in his day clothes.
But posing, okay.
But posing.
But
Yeah.
posing. It's so cute.
Like, take off that shirt.
Uh-huh.
Come
Uh-huh.
on. No, like, it's not hot.
And that introduction to talking about should we have sex or not was speaking of jelly or whatever. I was laughing so hard. I was like,
Oh.
oh, okay, we're there.
At first, I was like, is he okay? I know. Let's talk about that because it's cringy. And so let's deep dive into it. I was like, is he talking about like extra chubba like, like jelly, like that kind of thing? Or is he talking about jizz? I don't know. I didn't know exactly.
Was it like K1 or was it called K1? K1
It was lube, yeah.
KY jelly. I was like talking about like lube, right? I don't know.
Yeah,
I
he is talking about
okay.
lube, but for some reason when he said jelly, I was like, wait, I hope he's I like took me a second to realize what he was talking about. Yeah, he's talking about lube.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Ain't it great?
It's just so funny to be a virgin and to talk about lube, only because
That's like
it just
maybe a few steps in, right? Like that would be first just kind of figure out the process of getting through the first night of intimacy because like she was 40, he's 32. I mean 32 still like I feel like 40 is a long time have waited, and so that's a big deal emotionally to even cross into that. And I don't know if she was even expecting it. It almost felt like, was that a conversation that they just assumed if we ever got like married that would be like a thing? I don't know.
you're right.
It didn't feel like she was ready for it, but she was happy to have that conversation. She was just like, oh, okay, we're being dirty. This doesn't normally happen. So, and then she was just giddy from that moment on. It was really funny.
I would have loved like a conversation that she would have had, like maybe with her sister or her mom, like not forced present, where maybe like exactly what you said, like as a female who has waited, we got to kind of have her true thoughts about some of these feelings. But yes, we've also seen Sheena be horny, like they've shared like horny talks, like they're a little they've been little like kinky together, which makes me happy for them.
Yeah.
And then their sex was okay, like like she got on top.
Yeah, took charge.
Yeah.
He was
didn't know what to
very
do.
happy about that. And then she
Yeah.
was like, yeah, you were really respectful. And I was like, interesting.
We are a very kind gentleman, that a foot soldier, if you will. I just got on top. You're just like, oh, babe,
He was like, yeah, he's like, you were just taking charge. So I was just lying there. I was like, oh, wait, what? Did you participate?
He's like, she put the condom on for me or not. I like, it was hard to put the condom on,
which is really funny because we both, Rob and I were like, so is she gonna be pregnant now? Like, did she successfully put it on eventually, or did it not? I don't know.
At first I was a little, I think everyone should practice safe sex. I was a little surprised they used a condom.
Well, he was ready. Didn't he go to a shop with his mom? So
he certainly did. Molly bought them condoms. But I guess in my mind, it's like, oh, your first time. And, you probably can, I don't know, you maybe can assume that since you haven't had sex, like, things are relatively chill and clean, or disease free, should I say? I don't know. Every way I'm saying what I'm saying is horrible. I'm like, don't say it. STD free. But yeah, like, I guess in my mind, I was like, oh, your first time with a condom, and you're like, you waited this long, like,
yeah,
why not just make sure that, like, it's not like the 3 days out of the month and enjoy yourself is kind of what I wanted to say.
The idea of using a condom when you're like usually younger and you're exploring or you're ready to explore, it's kind of a part of what you think is a part of sex, like you learn about it in school. Like it's a token, literally like a token of a thing that associated with. And he's so respectful, as from what we've learned, that I could see him being like, I'm making sure it's there so she can be comfortable and knowing I'm not going to assume anything about it. I'm going to make it as comfortable as possible. Also, what is this thing about? Let's try it out,
You're
so
right.
I could see that being a part of the actual like incentive of it, of the experience.
I get that. Plus, you're at
Yeah.
the lube and stuff like that. Things are like,
Mhm.
okay, when you have sex, you use a condom, and women sometimes get dry, so we
Mhm.
have a lube, and you're just
Mhm.
like, oh, like, yeah, I've never needed it, but also, but
Woo!
yeah, but he also, he is a self pleasurer, and I'm sure that
Now he's
he,
so open about that too. He was very open about that.
yeah, good
Mm.
for him. I mean,
Yeah.
he's a yeah. I'm assuming she doesn't talk about it, but I'm
We
assuming
can
she
talk
does
about it.
too.
Yeah, probably. I would think so.
She knows her body.
Yeah.
She knew what to do.
Yes, she did. She seemed very comfortable in that space.
Yeah,
Mhm.
she does. She feel, and I'm so happy for her. Very, very comfortable. He says that it was a great sensation.
Mhm. Oh, but also called it, what is it? Wet and much more wet and something than I thought. Or I think when he was reviewing it in bed the next day, he was like, "That was a lot more wet and sloppy, sloppy." It was
Oh
wet and
yeah, it was
sloppy. Wet and
sloppy.
sloppy. Ooh. I wonder what he thought it would be like. This is interesting. It's like, what was your expectation?
Yeah, because like yeah, like if you are using your hand and there's lube, like you just like clean up afterward, and like yeah, the sloppy was hilarious, but
Yeah.
also yeah, I mean, sex is messy, and
Mhm.
if you think you know what sex is like and you only see like depictions of it, it's the surprising, real, primal human aspects of sex are shocking,
Mhm.
or it could be
Mhm.
it's it's very interesting. Yeah, also I'm like, couldn't have been that sloppy.
Maybe it was. We don't know. The camera finally left the room, so thankfully we won't actually know.
Well, you had that towel swan right there, honey. So if thing's gonna
Yeah, right?
unwrap it,
It
I
fell
get
off the bed. It was like, I don't want to be a part of this. Like, this is
yeah.
for you too, not for me to be a third person here.
He swims away in the sea of rose petals. Every time I see rose petals on white sheets, I'm always like, okay, what? And then like, what? You're are those being just like dug? Are you just laying on top of all of that, just like into the sheets? And are you like, are those in creases now? I mean, are you finding the rose petals later on?
Right?
Like,
Did you actually like throw it away, or is it just sticking to your body and then you're like polka dotted?
yeah. But I'm happy for him. I'm like obviously so happy for them, and it's a different virginity experience than I had. So, much more meaningful, and so yeah, I think it was my last thing I'll say is about it. It was interesting is that like when they had the next morning, they sort
Uh-huh.
of played this like Catholic music. It was like
Oh, I
Gregorian
didn't
Catholic
notice.
chants, and I was just like, is a we know that there's a heavy Catholic culture in the Philippines, but also B, I was like, is
Yeah.
this another one of those processions? Could you imagine like the next morning, like having sex for the first time, and suddenly you have to hear like the church bells and angel sounds? Like you
Maybe
think,
that's why he was like, even though we're not legally married, you're my wife.
yeah,
So it was like not like, what do you call it? Out of wedlock. Because
they
in a
had a
way,
spiritual
you're my wife.
union.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was actually kind of cute. I was like, oh,
they
I love this for
are
you
obvious.
too.
They are the most coupley couple.
Right now, I did not think so before, but I am totally on board with that now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, I feel like so now though, like, and I don't want this to happen,
Mhm.
but is he gonna like immediately now call Molly and be like, Mom, guess what? I did it. So she climbed on top. It was
I
messy.
did
It was
wonder
sloppy.
about that.
Deb, are you there? Wait, Mom, Molly, get Deb on the just speakerphone both. Everyone's gonna hear all the gory details. That was
Well, you did see like the teaser for the following week, and I don't know what they talked about, but like they were on the phone with the mom, and the mom did kind of freak out a little bit. So I'm wondering, like, how much does she know about the fact that they've crossed the bridge into this territory? And she must know. I feel like he would tell her.
she bought that lingerie. Like Molly bought that lingerie with him for her. Like
Mhm.
part of Molly is like, I got to get my son, like satisfied. But it's also like part of Molly's like, as long as she's paying for it. I don't know. Like
Yeah.
Molly's idea is also confusing. And I also want to know, like, what is Molly doing right now with Deb? Like while this whole thing's happening, because they're obviously in this beautiful beach part of the Philippines.
Yeah.
They've traveled to a different area. I wrote it down. I thought I didn't. Oh, yes, I did. I say everything wrong. Batangas. I think that's
Mhm.
what it's called. Yeah, I'm like, what's Molly and Dev doing? I think like they're
Right.
probably back at that like bath where they, in the bowls. Did you see the episode where they took baths in bowls?
No. Is it worth going back to?
Yeah.
That sounds soupy.
It is exactly soupy. It was like flowers and take me there.
Wet and sloppy.
Wet and sloppy, 35 seconds. Okay. Wet and sloppy. Let's see who should we go on to for that. Elise and Josh. Okay.
Oh my goodness. Packed.
They packed to the gills.
Oh my goodness.
Now, Elise, we see Elise in the first part of the scene. I didn't take a good picture of this, but just trust me that she's wearing a Red Cross titty top where you'll see a different version, but Elise loves this style of top that is like, you get a piece of fabric like a long pashmina scarf, and then you put it around your neck, and then you cross it over your boobies, and then you like make sure that each boob sits in the little area of the pashmina, and then you can kind of like
and a little
it
comes out. Just a little bit. It never like fully covers it, just like a little bit is.
Yes. There is definitely like either deep V or under boob is like, I think her favorite thing. Like, I think she's like, make sure that under boob is being seen.
Yes.
And then like Ash said, watch charcoal jeans, and she has like white nails. I mean, the kind of nails like, like Milk that we were all doing like in hip hop videos, like, and then like the 2000
like the whiteout nails.
Yeah.
In school. I don't know if you ever did that.
I certainly did. I did that on my nails. Like I would be like, oh, she's doing a French tip.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. It's like scratching off the dids looks so bad. Like,
oh, it looks cute. What are you talking about? It looked awesome.
Thanks, babe. She's so tan though that it's like also blinding. It's just like
you really see it. I noticed it multiple times. Like, oh wait, no.
I know so much. She thinks she self-sabotages, but I think that I think that happens. But truly, we have a really awkward scene where Josh walks up and he's like, "You up?" And she's sitting there, fully makeup, full done. I'm telling you, titties out, everything like that. And then she goes, "Yeah, are you?"
It was a very, very awkward scene. Oh, you felt the tension in the room. Like, it was just heavy. It was sitting heavy in there. I was like, oh my God, you guys, just say it.
I'm too sarcastic. If you're like, "Are you up?" and I'm looking at you fully dressed in makeup, I'd be like, "No." No?
No.
What made you think that? No, honey, I'm fast fucking sleep. What are you talking about? Sleepwalking. You're in a dream right now. You're sleeping too. You're just like, what? But she basically, they are, not happy, but then they decide to go hang out. And before though, she has to use the bathroom, and Chris needed a scene. So they brought back Chris.
Right. It was weird.
There's just like this is fake. She's like comes in with an LED mask and she's like, "I need a poop," or whatever. He's like,
yeah, literally. She's like, "I need a poop." And he's like, "Do it while," he's like, "I just I'll put headphones on."
No,
that's not how it works.
Buddy, leave. Like, if I was Chris, I would not. Well, I am Chris. I would not be able to be. I don't like to be a third wheel. Like, but Chris loves it.
Yeah. And they even had a little review moment where Elise is like, yeah, he's hot. And I'm not dating him. And then it goes to him and he's like, I don't trust her. I'm like, yeah, but you're like always around. Always there.
Yeah. I feel like they are waiting for her to be drunk enough to be like, okay, both of you at the same time.
Right? I'm waiting for that. I know that it has to be in that direction.
Listen, from all of the things that we know as storytellers and theater artists, like Chekhov's gun or something, there is no way that she doesn't hook up with Chris. You don't give us Chris. You don't put Chris in front of us. You don't make a chyron with Chris's name and have pictures of him looking, or like stills of him staring at her. If not at some point in this season, there's a moment between her and him.
Yes.
They kiss, they make out, they make Josh jealous. Something has to happen. And if it doesn't, I mean, then this is just the worst storytelling of all time. Like, you hire writers. You can't do that. That doesn't make any sense.
I see it happen, especially with the way they even interviewed them asking about each other this time. I'm like, you're setting us up for that, right? It has to be. Yes, I agree.
Yeah. Also, theater term for everyone who's listening, Chekhov's gun means that if you see a gun at some point in a scene, it probably is going to be like used at some point. That's Chekhov's gun. Anyway, so yeah, Chris is like she's looking for problems and is good for the short term. I hate that for her. Next scene,
be
though.
fun. She'll be a great time, I think you said. But yeah.
Like she's gonna be a great time and it's good for the short term. Like, have you met your friend Josh? Oh, is that long-term material? Like, it was the idea of like the guy being like, she's the kind of girl that's only for short term, when his whole fucking persona is I'm a fuckboy one night only person. God, I hate this for everyone. But
you know what? He does commit to him, though.
Chris and Josh?
Yeah. They commit to each other pretty well, so.
You're right.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, there could be another whole storyline where like Chris and Josh realize that they are a better match at the end. And Elise, that's the red herring. You thought they all wanted Elise and Elise was going to like, have to like turn down a threesome, but it ends up being that they're just like, you know what? We love each other. I don't know. Or this whole time with Nat.
We want a threesome, and we're going to admit it finally, that this is what we're searching for, is a third person to come in here and there, but it's really about us making a life together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her name is Nat. Okay. So basically we get their very thin backstory, which is obviously he saw her online, and one picture of her, honey, was like one of her hot pics was her on a boat, and he was like, I love boats. Let's make sure that we're together. And so, yeah, they talk about that. She does have a cute sunglass chain. These are not she has 2 pairs of sunglasses she uses a lot on this trip. This is like a circle, kind of like a rock. I can't do shapes. It's like a circly kind of, I don't know, sharp geometric round kind of wire frame.
I can't really see.
Okay, thank you. You're smart. I was like, I don't know. I can't count. And the other is a pair of like Celine Triumphs. I just can't tell if the Celine ones are real, but they
on 6. It might be 6. I don't know.
Yeah, you're right.
Is it tell? Look at us.
I know. It's okay. So they, like I said this before, and it's interesting. They've never had a real conversation about anything from each other's pasts. So much so that the things that they've revealed that are like the hardest things, they've revealed in confessionals to producers, but they haven't even given us a scene where she's like, so tell me more about your son. You have a son? Like, you have a son. Like, what's he like, and how do you feel about that?
Oh, I think I missed the episode where I learned that she has a son.
So this is why I'm saying this. 2 episodes ago, he's like, yeah, I started, what happened was my wife, he said this, my ex-wife moved away with my son.
Yes,
I know, that's how, thank you. That's why it's so unimportant.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Think about it. Think about that.
I remember. Oh my gosh. Yeah. It talks about, his kid moving away and stuff. Yeah. And it's been hard because of that. But for a better life and all that. Yeah. They don't really address the kid situation very much.
No follow-up questions about like what would be supposedly a very real thing about his life and her thing too. Like her thing about being like,
oh, the husband thing.
Yes.
Oh my god!
Does he even know about
right?
That conversation doesn't happen with him. Does he know that happened?
Yeah.
That is how like vapid and superficial they are. Like they do not know each other. They don't even care to know about each other.
Yeah. I mean, truly the Nat thing that just keeps coming up over and over and over again. How did they not talk about that before she came out there? Like that is such a big deal. This girl is not just a friend in the group. She is a very, very close friend that is attached financially. I mean, just in all these ways. And they've been talking for 6 months, and you never mentioned that, and you thought that wasn't going to be a problem when she shows up and then learns about it while she's there. That's just, I mean,
But they didn't talk about it. I think I can easily see because I don't think they ever talked about anything real,
right?
Yeah. Like, hey babe, what's up? How are you? Here's a hot pic of me today. Here's a hot pic of me today. Babe, you look so hot. What are you doing? Oh, I just came back from the bar. Babe, what are you doing? Getting my nails done. Boo. You're just like
they're white. Ooh.
Yeah. 6 months of like really just like you're so hot and liking and fire sign like fire emojis like you know like
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and it's interesting because yeah, she didn't do any due diligence and is mad at him for what he didn't say, but at the
Mm-hmm.
same time, I think in his mind he's like I didn't have to say anything if you didn't ask or you know, even if you
Yeah.
did ask, I can I'm treating you like it's short term and you don't really matter and it's hard for you and you're not picking up on that because I don't think that she has the emotional maturity to have realized they have never talked about anything meaningful.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree.
And I wonder if like the energy of that sits in her. And so when she says she's like self-sabotaging, I think it's because she knows that it's not a good relationship, you
Yeah.
know, and so she's like she and yet he's saying things like I'm really into you and I'm so attracted to you. And I think that in her
Mhm.
mind that means you're great. I am in love with you. But that's not what
Yeah.
that means, you know?
No. No, and they're clearly toxic. I think everyone sees that's not gonna be a lasting relationship because they can't communicate at all. There's no honesty in there. Because even if after, say they didn't talk and then they show up and then they're fighting like they did, that would have been a great moment to be like, you know what, you're right. Let's sit down and let's just talk. We didn't talk enough, so let's put it on the table. There's been so many instances that could have happened, but instead, every single day they're fighting, every single day. And any conversation always goes back to the same thing. I'm like, you guys need to have a real conversation about this and a deep dive into it, not just so, like I was really frustrates me when I talk about the financial stuff because I see both sides, but I really am on the side of like, you should at least come back with a plan because that's what she needs. She wants to hear you say, yes, I'm financially being supported right now. I should have told you all this stuff before, but we're here where we are. This is what I want to do. Even if you don't get there, just to show her, because what she needs to know from you is this is not just I'm gonna go home and then you're gonna cruise along, going to parties every night instead of really trying to make a plan. Also, you have a son, so like I don't know what the situation is with that, with like taking care of your son, but shouldn't you be more financially keen on getting independent? I understand that life happens and you can't always be there, but you should work at it and let her in onto what you're trying to do so she feels like there's a plan in place. We're going somewhere and you're just not. You're just going, well, you shouldn't be upset about that. So let's not talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
And why are you gaslighting of like, why would you be mad about this? Well, because you didn't know about it. But like, so it's just back and forth, same conversation, no real conversations being made. And then Nat just being like, you shouldn't be upset about that. You shouldn't be, if you call me this one more time. I'm like, girl, do you not know how this can come off to somebody who's clearly insecure and they don't have a good relationship? Like it's fallen apart in front of your eyes. And as a good girlfriend, I think you just don't like her. You don't want this relationship to work because if you did or you wanted that, you're like, oh, you know what? I see how this is in the way. You could always say, hey, look, I understand. Let's talk and see if there's a way we can find. This is obviously bothering her. Let's figure out something because I want you to be happy. There's a way to go that direction. She's just like, you Americans. I'm like, well, and
No thanks.
when they
Look
when
around
they
me.
when they did a little survey of the room, it sounds like everyone else thinks you're kind of weird too. So
It's true.
not just Americans, it's Australians too.
Yeah. I mean, also is the way she says it, she's very upset. And if someone's screaming at me, I'd be like, whatever you want, just go away. Nat truly, I think, doesn't Nat I think is into Josh.
Yeah.
Right? Because if I'm gonna be honest, like, why would you continually just give money to someone
Mhm.
that you're like not in a relationship with that can't pay you back unless you like want something? Like if the gender was reversed, we would say the same
Mhm.
thing. Like
Mhm.
no man, I mean, not to be so, no man would just continually give money to some female he doesn't like
Mhm. Mhm.
over and over again. Like it doesn't
With
make
no real
sense.
plan in place. That's the big thing because it's like, I feel like I come from a family and even my partner, like we're very like ready to be there for our friends when they need it. But it is a situation of here's where I'm at. Great. Let me help you solve this problem. Let us know. Let's stay in communication. Like, how can we help? But it's very open. And in their case, it seems open ended. It's forever. I will
Mhm.
just, and let's not talk about money because that's ick, but also you can just live here forever and that's okay with me. And you can continue to not try to become a grown up and take responsibilities, and that's okay because we don't talk about money, and that's the big thing. No, you're totally wanting him to be, you know, don't grow, stay with me.
Yeah. It's true. When they meet up with Nat, she puts on this dress, which of course is the
In
exact same.
silver this time.
Yeah, in silver. It's interesting because, I love all different kinds of bodies. Her body is, like model-esque. And why I say that is because if she wanted to, she could wear such fun things, like interesting, either couture. She has a propensity to at least want us to believe that she is dripping in designer, right? She wants us to be like, that's a real bag and those are real stuff. But if I was to be honest with you, this outfit is Shein. Like this outfit she's wearing, and I'm looking at literally the fabric on her body, I can tell is the cheapest. I don't know if it's House of CB. I think it's cheaper. It looks like just, it's not designer. Like it's not even close. And so it's interesting. And it makes me feel like a lot of your stuff is fake then. And B, at least like if you wanted to ever upgrade your style, you have a luxury of being able to dress in fun ways, like lots of things can fit you or whatever, you
like
could
her glasses that were very cute, and
I know.
felt like a little personality came out with that.
Yeah.
More than, I was like, this is like much more fun and playful, and then the other one just feels like I've seen it before, just basic. You would wear, I guess in Miami culture, it might be a little bit, or like beachside culture, there's a little bit of you might go into the beachside stores and see like 10 colors of the same thing. It has a little bit of that energy, but the other ones feel a little bit more like personalized to her personality when she just brings out the jewelry or the touch and whatnot. Yeah.
Also, you can tell this fabric is itchy. Like,
yeah. Yeah.
You can see her little, like, she has to put little, like, stickies on, to keep them in place. The fabric is just, like, going to billow. It's just going to, like, come undone. It's just, why pay so much money to look that way, to just dress so cheaply?
Yeah. I guess, wait. Oh, yeah, Chris. Yeah, Chris liked it because she asked. She was like, what do you think? And he was like, yes.
You brought up a great point. You're right. I want her to dress for the female gaze. And she's like, no, Chris, to me. She's like, I only dress for male gaze. She's like, yeah, no, it's not for you, Chris.
I don't even know if for male gaze. Honestly, she got full on ready without ever checking in of like, hey, what do you think? So she was going to be that whether or not, but she wanted to see what his response would be, I think, is where. Because I think she does dress for herself, which, you know what? Good for you. I think, like you said, there's a potential to play more, then she might enjoy it. But if she's happy, then, dress yourself how you want. But it looks itchy and uncomfortable.
It does. I know. It feels like you want something that like you definitely want to comment on. It's like, it's the same thing as like, come in, babe. And then it's like putting on those like red booty shorts and like, what?
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. Yes. That whole scene. I want him to know what he's getting.
Different vibes from Forrest and Sheena.
Yeah, right.
Imagine Sheena just being like, Forrest, just like.
She was ready to get it on, but she was like, no, we're gonna try to go slow, but also I want to watch you squirm. So
yeah, she makes them squirm at that bar. It's interesting. Yeah, she puts on a big scene. I do think that, I will say that, I don't mean to be a little bit of a naysayer. It seems perfectly scripted for producers to be like, go to this small bar and Elise, make it big, do it big like the Silva sisters. And she's like, hold my bag.
Right. She was ready from the time it started.
Oh yeah.
She's like, yes.
I also, even though I think that they're, the Nat Josh thing is weird, but the thing about that is the only person that will stop that if it wanted to be stopped on her behalf is Josh. Like Nat doesn't owe Elise anything, like.
Yeah, I agree. And it is a Josh side thing for sure. And I don't think he has a desire to even try to find a like common ground, a middle ground there. He's just like, no, everything I'm doing is okay. And the fact I didn't tell you about any of it is okay. Let's move on. I have more secrets. You'll find out later. It's okay.
Or not, because I think this is probably the last time I'm going to ever see you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not going. Listen, I can't afford to come to America. Obviously, Nat's not going to pay for that. Nat, will you? No? Okay.
Yeah. He's like, no, you're mine. So no.
Yeah. Nat's like, I don't like talking about money. Which is true. I will say that like it is icky to talk about money. Like it is not Elise is not being polite, but at the same time, it's like this conversation would only have to happen with Josh and in a boundary way of being like, oh, it basically you would have to be like, oh, I'm so sorry. You lied to me and you live with a woman who pays for everything. And then I'd be like, well, that's not how I'm going to spend the rest of my life. And you either remedy that or goodbye, but that's not what Elise does. She's continually poking at him.
I remember a specific comment of like he wanted to shower and she was like, oh yeah, shower for Nat or something. And I'm like, oh, y'all are already in the poking each other phase. Like, this is not a good sign. You're barely together. Like, it's only been 6 months and you're already here. That's probably the red flag of, I think you're past a point. Unless you stop it now and communicate, like you're done. This is how life is going to be. And worse. Yeah.
And worse.
And worse. Yeah. This is just the beginning.
It's all downhill from here.
Yeah. Yeah. They're pretty hard to watch. There's a lot of toxicity there. And even I think the reason she's like a pressure cooker. So when it comes to, well, first of all, whenever Nat and Chris are together, they team up against her kind of. I'm sure we don't see all of the scenes, but it definitely feels that way of like, you're psycho and what we're telling you, just accept it. It has a little bit of that energy. So, and I think when they're alone, Chris doesn't want to talk about anything with Elise, and Elise wants to constantly talk about everything. And so
Josh doesn't want to talk about anything. Yeah.
Who?
Josh.
Oh, sorry.
Yes.
Yes, Josh. I said Chris. Josh. I've been saying Chris. I've been meaning Josh.
I do this all the time.
Chris is the roommate. Yeah. So Josh. Yeah, Josh is he doesn't talk about anything. She wants to talk about everything. And then what happens is like you get to a restaurant and you're like, well, the only way I can have people on my side and have this conversation is if I yell. And so here we go. Let's just put it on the table because this is no conversations are being had. So let's just be big and maybe that'll get a conversation going.
Yeah, Nat's like, fuck off. She's toxic, Nat leaves.
And then he follows her, which was pretty funny. I was like, read the room, buddy. Maybe a text in a bit, but this is probably not the time to do that. Unless you're ready to be like, hey, that was so, like, if he was like, Elise, that was inappropriate and I'm going to go I'm going to go and find her because that was express that you're angry and then go. But you kind of like mellowed and then you floated over to Nat. I was like, so don't even address, like, just say you're angry. And then it makes a little bit more sense why you walked off because you didn't agree with what just happened, but you just floated.
Yeah. I thought it was so telling. Like Josh has done 2 things now or that are like, a lot of things that are wildly telling. One thing being like walking into the room, seeing that she's like, and then being like, mm-mm.
Yeah, that was so...
No.
I don't want to. Sorry, checking out.
Yeah, and then
the problem will go away if I go away and never come back, apparently.
Yeah. And then in this moment, it almost like is like that thing where you put a baby in the middle or a dog in the middle of 2 people, and then you're like, come here, and then you see which way the baby or the dog goes, because like that's who the baby or the dog loves most. And in this situation between Nat and Elise, he goes to Nat.
Yeah. It was interesting that he even brought up having a dinner with Nat, and it felt like he didn't expect it to go where it did. But the thing is, they haven't resolved anything on their own. So what did you think was going to happen at a dinner with Nat, who she clearly keeps bringing up as a problem? Did you think it was just going to be like, oh, actually I feel good now. Like, she's proven over and over again. She's going to say how she feels, and it's going to come out like even before. She's like, this is how I feel about it. I don't like this. And in your private conversations, that did not get resolved. It kept being brought up. So what was going to change this time? You knew this was going to be a pressure cooker situation.
You're so right, but I know why it happened. It's because he needed Nat to pay for that dinner.
Yeah, gotta eat.
Yeah. Remember how Lisa's like, I don't want to have to pay for things. And he's like, well, what have I made you pay for? And so fucking dinner comes around and he's like, shit, I got $2. Yeah, let's go out with Nat. No, you guys, then Nat, you and Nat can talk. Like, then the bill comes, you know, like Nat's like, fuck you.
Nat's walking out and he's like, come back, the check.
He's gonna wash dishes, honey.
Oh, he
Honestly,
already is.
talk about sloppy. Everything is sloppy.
There's a hard one to watch for sure, but so fun to watch. But
so good, and I'm thankful for their work. Let's move on to kind of like a smaller. We have two small couples to get. Not much happens for these two people, two couples. But let's move on with Aviva and Stig. So Aviva / Haley Duff and Stig have, you know, been not doing the Forest and Sheena. They've been just raw dogging it, honey, 4 to 5 times. They're just like, the way she said, she's like, even though we've only had unprotected sex for the past 4 to 5 days.
Yeah. It's like, well, how many times do you think it takes?
I know.
I thought it was like one time based off her story, but like on a last week or whatever. I was like, oh, 1 time or 2 times they did it in the same session. And they're like, it was in the moment. 5 days. Okay. And then she goes on to talk about how much she wants a baby. I'm like, you were doing this on purpose. Like you want a baby. You want a baby.
Yeah.
You weren't trying to have a condom sex. You wanted a baby. It's fine. Just admit that. Like
she wants an anchor baby, or I think I'm using that term right. I think that maybe I didn't use that term.
Yeah.
Right.
No, I think it is. Oh, okay. It is. Yeah.
For the relationship. That is something I think that to me, it felt like, of an anchoring of the like she wants to have the baby to be like, good, now you have to be with me.
Stay with me, and you have to be a good person now, because as we've learned from Elise and Josh, once you have a kid, you totally reform your life.
That's it. You become really good parents and people.
Yeah, that's what happens. I was like, I mean, my heart broke for her, because I was like, I know I've seen so many people be in that place, and we've all had probably a version of this happen, even if it's a small bit, but just to see her want to hold on to somebody and think that it's truly like gonna happen if you have a baby. I'm like, having a baby and wanting that, great, but I don't think this is about the baby. This is about feeling like he's gonna leave. But only a few weeks ago, you were doubting him and his like what's the word? Promiscuity.
Promiscuity. Yeah.
Promiscuity. So like, are you ready for a baby? And you think that's just gonna go away? The fact that the trust was broken or was shaky, it's not. And what you're worried about is it's going to happen again, and you need to hold on to him, and you think with the baby that's going to make him go, well, now that I have a baby, I won't do anything, as if no married person has ever gone and cheated before, or not married fathers and mothers, like parents, haven't gone out and done that. They have. So it was sad. I was like, please don't let that thing not be positive. I wouldn't want you to have a baby like this. Like, have a baby out of love. So I was happy that they had the proposal, because if there was a reason to be anchored, whatever, it's because you want to be engaged, not because of some fear of a baby or something in there. Like, just, he did it anyway. He didn't have to if he was just doing it for baby purposes, but he did it. I was like, good.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
It makes me, I'll say one other thing that annoys me is I don't love when it's always like a younger person or something. They talk about like the baby's gender and how what that means for them. So like, you know, the conversation happens where she's like, I want a little boy, you know, like, cause it'll be a mama's boy. And he's like, you know, like, well, you know, I what do you mean? You know, that's not true. She's like, no, anytime you have a boy, they love their moms more. You know how girls love their dads. And he's like, I don't want a girl. It means like, that means I'll have to like be faced with my sins. And I was like,
yeah,
well,
that's a problem.
And what if you had a girl? And then what if your first thing's a girl? What if your first baby's a girl then?
Or when he said the whole, like, I want a son because I want him to, like, and I want him to be really into music, I was like, I hope you are blessed with a daughter who's really into music, and you have to, like, deal with, why did that even matter if it was a son? Like, your child can share your interests no matter where they are with their gender. Like, it's just your child. And what if you have, like, a badass girl who's, like, really good at music? You don't think you'll look at them and be like, that's my kid?
Yeah.
Why'd that matter if it was a son? Well, you know. They seem to have very specific thoughts on gender specific, like, identities and stuff.
I know. So I'm happy that it's not today, but they can.
It's not today. You're not ready.
Basically, yes. As you know, they go to the Mayan ruins and he proposes, and she's wearing that jean hat. Please talk to me about that jean hat. How does that jean hat make you feel? How does the jean textured bucket hat make you feel?
It just takes me back to like the 90s and like the fashion of the time. And so I'm just like, I don't know, give me like Hillary Duff, like what was Lizzie McGuire and That's Our Raven, like all those shows. This is just the fashion. Amanda Bynes was rocking that kind of thing. So maybe that's just her. She never grew out of that sort of style. I'm not a big bucket hat person because it does not look good on me. It does not look good on most people. There's a few people I've seen who I'm like, oddly enough, good for you. Like an impossible hat looks good on you. But yeah, I think it's just a survive.
I love it. It's just interesting because she's younger than that generation. Like to me, she didn't grow like to me, she's younger. So it's like, anyway,
yeah, like how did she get there? Well, maybe it was like
spring.
Vintage.
Yeah.
To her, right?
Yes. Yeah, she has older people in her life like Auntie Spring and other women that are like teaching her right from wrong. And they're like, in one times in the Y2K, this is what the fashion was.
Yeah. You know what's a really funny? Okay. They get to the Mayan ruins, right? And then he's like, do you want to like walk to the top? And she's like, yeah. And like we see that proposal happen. So we know the reason he said that is because he needs to get her to the steps so that he can do the proposal. And then afterwards he's like, do you still want to get to the top? I'm like, he's like, he didn't want to actually sign up for going to the top. But she's like, yeah, of course. And he's like, okay. And so they're like going up the steps. I'm like, I think he just wanted her to get to the steps. And then proposal, and we can know how to climb up this thing. Good thing they did, though. The views seemed good up there, so.
Yeah, you're right. But cardio going up steps, like, you know, like the worst machine at the gym is the escalator coming at you. I mean, nothing really like makes you feel like you've never moved other than like trying to do that thing for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Why are steps so difficult to me?
They're very difficult. I tried the Stairmaster the other day, and it was for like the first time, and I was like, oh, how is that lady next to me been doing this for an hour? And I'm like 5 minutes in counting the time. This is so hard.
Yeah.
And I dance and stuff. So like this stairs, man.
Yeah. Oh, I love dancing. Okay. Another little like small couple situation. And by couple, well, it comes back around is Emma and Zayed, but let's talk about it. So we've seen Emma, honey, rolling that flowery luggage all over the place. And thank God she always has like a hand because she has 3 bags and obviously she has 2 hands. But
and it's also with makeup, she said at the TSA. She was just, or not TSA, the check-in. She's like, it's makeup. I have a lot of makeup. I'm like, oh, you're honest.
Also like wigs. I mean, you know, and wig product,
right.
And bronzer. Yes, it's probably just literally mostly bronzer. We get this information is that when she got back to the hotel, she had gotten like more texts from Muhammad, and the way that we like realize like she's always like Muhammad texted, and I want to be like, well, who texted first? Like, how did that even happen? It's like it's you, right? Like you're the like. Did you go like, I just threw your ring away, and like a picture of the ring, and then he was,
right. Like, why do you have a ring? First of all, why do you have it? Why did you? I feel kind of bad for was it Zayed? I didn't see a lot of their storyline because I hopped in on the day where like he strands her at the desert. So I didn't see much of them except calling her like crazy. And so I don't really know a lot about how they were as a dynamic. Obviously not great because he's so over her.
They were perfect for each other. Oh my God. If they ever, I can't believe they're not together. Romeo and Juliet is what we used to call them.
And so, I mean, but learning about her having the ring, that was a reveal, right? Like you didn't know that before. She didn't.
Right.
Okay. So I was just like, okay, you were never really in it fully all legs and 10 legs and for the first relationship because you were always hoping there was a small sliver. And she actually just say that. She says, I just thought maybe if I'm like, okay, so then that's very unfair. So why do you want to see him before you leave? What were you trying to get out of it? Because you want him to apologize. So you were just there for that? You just need constant validation from people and can't take rejection, like everyone just should love you, because this guy does not like you and he probably thought you were going to meet up with him to apologize, and that's the only reason you showed up. And when that didn't happen, it was the most awkward conversation ever that could have been an email. It just was so bad.
You are so right. It's almost like this thing where, listen, if you want to make a guy jealous or you like a guy and you're, you know, whatever, let's just say, and you know that this guy frequents the bar, So what you do is you get another guy to meet you at that, or go to that bar with the other guy, right? Because then your guy B that you're with at this bar gives you a reason to be there. I mean, if you and this is if you are looking at this in like a purely kind of like superficial sexual way. Of course, you could have girlfriends or whatever, but you want to make guy A jealous.
No, yeah.
Yeah, so you bring guy B to some bar, and guy B doesn't know that that he's only there like as a pawn for like this move that might or may not happen. She did that, and the bar was Morocco. Like she went back. She was just like, okay, I'll get this guy Zayed, meet him there, but then I'll just like sniff around and see if I can see my boo Muhammad. Muhammad, at some point she also wanted to make obviously Muhammad jealous by being like, well, I didn't come here for you. Like, I'm actually here because I met Zayed. Zayed, ambassador to Morocco. His whole thing is that he gets to, I don't know if you missed this part, it's so very hilarious. So Zayed said that he goes online on dating websites and or whatnot because he's kind of like a welcome ambassador for Morocco. So he just gets to like message hot girls and be like, my country is so beautiful. Please come and enjoy the tourism. So whatever, it's so stupid. But she then tells Muhammad, yeah, like I was here for Zayed. And
there's a job for everybody. Forrest, you got this.
That's so true. He can, yes.
Ambassador for the Philippines. Let's go.
Literally, just like, but then he would have to like, instead of like, texting hot women because he already
would text everybody. You'd actually do his job. He'd be like, hi, welcome. Like he'd be like good at it.
Yeah, like grandmas,
I just got married. I just had sex.
Yeah, do you want to come meet me? Hang out? Listen, bring your own underwear. They don't have a lot of big underwear here. Can you bring me underwear from America? But she says, he had said, oh yeah, Muhammad was mad that she didn't. Oh wait, I wrote this. I'm so sorry. I have the actual thing and it's in one big block.
Well, I definitely saw like Muhammad like in
I read it
saying, "Oh, I'm your plan B. Like that's not okay. Whatever."
Yeah, and he said, "Are you serious? Came to Morocco for someone else, not for me. I'm not your plan B." And then she says, "This was his plan all along to bail on me and humiliate me one last time."
And I'm like, that's if I was the fiance that he claims he's the fiance of a new girl, right? And you were still talking to your ex and complaining about how you won't be a plan B, which inherently means there's a desire to be plan A.
Right.
I would be really pissed. Like if you're really moved on, move on. Like do not text her. Do not try to be petty with her. If you clearly things have gotten better for you, so move on. But yeah, he's towing like a little fishing rod line or whatever, like a carrot line, dangling that in front of her. And it's just, I'm like, both of you just stop. I do think hopefully because she did throw the ring, if she actually didn't just like camera didn't show her swimming back
doggy paddling.
Okay, someone to be like, hey, get it after we leave and then just like sneak it to me. But if she actually moved on, maybe she'll heal, because I think the problem is she's just very, very attached to this fiance. Whatever happened, like she couldn't, either her ego or whatever couldn't take, maybe she really did like him and the breakup hurt. So that's what she was obsessed with. So maybe she can heal now, because throwing away a ring that you will never get back again is a big deal. So maybe she'll go home. She seemed like the other episode we saw her friend, and it seemed like there's a side of her that is normal and nice, and like what the men make her go crazy, but with her girlfriends, like her girlfriend seemed like a very normal girl and very grounded and smart, and she was telling her, don't do this, a good advice. And I feel like if someone's just constantly crazy, you don't continue to hang out with that. If you yourself are more calm in like how you approach things, you're like, oh, I can't deal with her problems, whatever. But it seemed like she cares about her friend. So maybe there's a side of her we don't get to see. But when it comes to men, she is just a little unhinged and cannot just breathe and be like, here's a good decision or whatever. She's not there in her life. And so, yeah.
Doesn't it feel like Lisa's here and Emma's here and Elise is here? And like, to me, a lot of the same things happening, deep insecurity, not seeing red flags, like not being present for yourself and having boundaries and like letting men not do the things, but also not showing up for yourself in a way that would indicate that you care about yourself and love yourself enough to like either A, be fine being single.
Yeah.
You know, like if it's between being with a weirdo and being single, all three women are like, weirdo.
Weirdo. Yep. Let's do weirdo. Let's take toxicity.
All on weirdo. We'll put all the money on weirdo, just as long as I'm
Mhm.
not alone. I don't want to be alone. Being single is the worst. You're like, no, because being single is the worst. And what you're saying is being with yourself is the worst. And
Mhm.
that
And then
is,
why would they want to date you? If you can't even be with yourself, then why should they date you? You don't even like you.
I know.
Yeah.
Anyway, she meets up with Zayed, and this is what it's funny because the way it happens, and I should have set up like we see her coming out, and she's like, I have to do one more thing before I leave. It's my last day. And they do an over the shoulder shot of a man's shoulder, and we're supposed to be like, is it Muhammad? It's not. Who never
Did you think it was? I think because they showed that as a teaser even last week, and I was like, it's not Muhammad. That seems like that's. I think she is going back to Zayed, and it's gonna be like a weird conversation. But I was like, please don't let them like get back. Like her be like, I love you, which she did say I love you, and I was like, don't say that. You didn't. You were there with a different ring. But anyway, I thought it was gonna become like, yeah, I'm sorry, and then start up something because she cannot be single. I am so glad it did not go that way. But I did think I was like, you didn't fool me. I assumed it was him. So I'm not sure what the show's intention was with that one.
they love to sharp people. I call it being
Yeah.
sharp because I'm mad sharp. But it's interesting because she's like, great. So, okay, this is your chance. I want to hear that apology. And he's like, oh no. Oh no. I from me?
From me.
Do you not know that like I left you because I don't think I did anything wrong? I don't want to be there's nothing I'm going to apologize to you about. I think that because he just want to be like good job with life. He's like go
Yeah.
on your life. I kind of
Have
wanted
a
his
safe
friends to be
journey.
behind him.
Goodbye.
Say it again.
Have a safe journey. Goodbye.
Mhm. Mhm. Because he's the ambassador. So maybe he does feel like maybe he as a Moroccan ambassador, he
Ah,
should come back around and also
yeah.
be like thank you for coming.
Yeah. And I didn't have the context that he was that. So I just thought, oh, did he just show up for an apology? But now that totally makes sense that he's there because he does represent the country. And so he needs to just
Make
at least
sure.
a proper professional goodbye seems like a proper way to say, but have fun. Not
Right.
my problem anymore.
We have two more couples. I'm going to get rid of the one I hate the most now, and then I'll end on the couple that I'm gonna end on. And I
Okay.
feel like you'll understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Rick and Trish is who we're moving on to next. Okay. I don't even know what to tell you about this. I don't even care about this because I hate this whole situation so much. Except we found out one information. God bless. When Trish was one, her mom gave birth to her and then found another man that she loved, and the way in which that in her culture she would have been able to have Trish in her life was that the man would have had to like
Slaughter.
sacrifice a goat, buy a goat, sacrifice it, and allow his wife, his new,
Put blood on the forehead of the baby to
yes,
indicate you are allowed to see your child from a different. Yeah.
and he doesn't. And
Yeah.
the mother then she never sees her daughter again, and it's like
Mhm.
that is so traumatic that I'm like, how the fuck are we just getting that now? Like, and
Yeah,
again,
right?
what? Like,
Yeah. It totally shows all of her insecurities and feelings of like I'm not wanted coming out because she's been carrying that. I mean, just the way I think it's the first time I've seen her just truly be so vulnerable and like a child in that moment. Like I wanted to hug her and protect her just because she was just like I was like, oh, I can see where you're hurting and you're searching for some sort of validation, which is why I was like, I don't think Rick sees it. But when he's talking about, oh, I might have to let her go, I'm like, do you understand that she's going to take this as another abandonment of, I wasn't wanted because of the child situation, though you have 5 already. What's one more? Uh, you would leave me and not choose me in a similar way my mom did not choose me and went off for a relationship. In her mind, that's the big thing. Like, why didn't what she would say, like, why didn't you want me? And she's gonna sit with, why didn't he want me? Why didn't he make it work? Like, I
I
feel like
know.
it's gonna really break her.
I want to say so many things, which is because he is not worth shit. Oh my God, Trish, because he is nothing. He is a gross person. I mean this in 100 ways. First of all, he's like, I just can't afford another kid. Well, then, buddy, guess what? You can't. You can't afford bringing you can't afford bringing a person from a different country and then on a K1 visa then. Period.
Mm-mm.
I hope America's watching you say this, because that's the whole point. You have to sponsor someone. They don't work for 2 years. The whole thing is that you do have to have some financial security to be like, I'm going to take this person in. Don't worry about it. I got this person, and you don't.
Yeah.
B, I don't it's like I don't want to say what I'm about to say. It's like I don't really want physical violence, but when he is just like, I don't know, I just can't tell you whether I'm going to have kids, and all these people are like, no, here's the thing, buddy. The only thing you're going to do is make one fucking decision today.
Mm-hmm.
And he is just like, can you just tell your dad that it's not ready yet? I
Mm-hmm.
mean, her uncle starts yelling, and I'm like,
Her uncle was ready from the beginning.
please.
I was watching him. Like, he was like, just try your shit with me. Just try it, because I'm gonna step in, because father being too nice, and I'm gonna tell he was just like ready to go.
Get
That
Alan
night they're on
Richardson.
purpose.
Yeah, get fucking what's his face? That Alan Richardson is. I don't watch that show, honey. He's that guy that beat up the neighbor because the neighbor was yelling at him about being on the mopeds. You know what I'm talking about? Great.
No.
He's some hot guy, honey. He's a hot actor. Reacher is like I don't know. I don't listen. It's a pop culture story. But yeah, my whole point is I do need someone to teach Rick a lesson. And the lesson is no one gives a fuck about what you want.
Yeah.
You are in this woman's country. She is very young. She's a doula and she wants a baby. And if you want to be with her, give her a baby. And if you cannot do that, then put your penis between your legs, get your splash pad, and get the fuck out of here.
Right? And the way he talks about it, he keeps making it seem like it's like her family that wants her to have a kid. And I'm like, she wants a kid. If you can't see that, then you
don't love her.
Yeah.
You're
don't.
not seeing her.
Yeah. And so you keep making about, I need more time with the dad. Listen, she already made up her mind. And she also has now added in this extra layer about her mom. You think that lady doesn't want a kid? And you are wishy-washy on it? You can't be with her. For her, it is a non-negotiable. And if she gives that up, it is because she's young and she's going to regret this one day. And then when her biological clock thing starts ticking in her head, if she does end up marrying you or whatever, she's going to come back and be like, all right, I'm having a kid. I'm leaving you because I need to have my kid now. I mean, she's just young enough that there's like, feels like there's time, or like, but one day she's going to wake up and realize you weren't worth that, giving up something like that. So she's going to have that kid at one point.
He wants her to come over and take care of his kids for her. He's like, I can't afford another kid, but what I can afford is a wife / babysitter. So you come take care of my kids, and that's good for me. And if that for some reason happens, I swear to God, all I want in my bones is for her to have sex with the hottest person in the area that has more money, and then for her to leave him and have a baby with that person, stay in America.
Yeah. He doesn't deserve any of the stuff that he's getting. He really pisses me off. Yeah.
Horrible.
Yeah. And actually her family's so sweet too. Because like I take, I know they don't have in their culture, it is like the kid thing is a thing. So like I understand that, like that is not where my life is at, but I respect that where they're coming from is so much love. Like even the dad having a conversation with his daughter, such a kind and gentle one, about the whole, hey, we need this to happen. It's not like if you don't, I will drag you by the hair, which the uncle might do. I drag you by the hair and take you and make you marry the person we need, and blah blah blah, which happens a lot. Like there's a lot of people in a very like controlling society thing where they will make that happen. But in this case, like what a loving father, like talking to your daughter about this stuff and trying to make it obvious of here's what our expectations are, what it's about in our culture, and blah blah blah. And I'm like, you're such a sweet father, you got her back. And what you're seeing that you can't tell your daughter is this guy is fucking around. he's not gonna commit to you. He's already left his kids to be just like, woo. You think he's gonna just like, he loves you, he loves that you're young and you're fun and
hot as hell, and he'll never get anyone as hot as you. He's come on.
And all he does is complain and this and that. He's just annoying. But she doesn't see it. She's so young. She doesn't know what she doesn't know yet. And so father's protecting her from him, and in the best way that he can without pushing her away. But you literally see her like being like scared being in the middle, but she doesn't know like what to do and what to say. But I think a part of her is glad that her dad has her back. Like that part hasn't gotten strong enough to say anything yet. I think I might be glad.
Yeah. He raised her. She was one. My God, God bless them. All right. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Lisa and Daniel, honey, we saved the best for last. Oh my God. It starts with Lisa getting a continental breakfast. And she gets complimented by people on the way she looks
She
because
looks
it
cute.
looks cute
I
as
thought she
hell.
was very cute.
I know. Let's give her grace. Why she's cute. Like
She looked adorable.
I love the dress. Look at like off the shoulder. She had it's like a peplum. Like her wigs are dry at the ends now.
Yeah,
Like you
the
can
hair
really see
ain't
the frizz. I mean, but I think like is now doing that head wrap herself.
Is she?
I think that she learned how to do the head wrap.
Yeah, good for her.
Okay, so I
Doing
mean,
a good job. Much better than the first one we saw. Like, great.
yeah,
And that color really suits her.
gorgeous.
It's vibrant. She looks youthful and alive.
I know. I want the best for her, but God bless. So basically, as we know, she is a dirty woman, having been practicing lesbianism for a long, long time.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, she's a professional lesbian at this point. You're not gonna practice anymore. She can do it blind. She can do it. Just she's really good at it. So Daniel picks her up. And that's why I guess also I thought that she had done her head wrap for herself. So when she gets in the car with Daniel, she reaches over to kiss him because that's what she's been doing. And she obviously wants the physical like validation of that moment. And the vibe of the kiss, specifically from his side, is way different. I mean,
I thought that happened after they already go to the.
There's two kisses. There's two. So there's pre-cleanse and post-cleanse.
I missed the pre-cleanse. I definitely, because he does something like that right after too. And then she's like, or she like insists a little bit more and then they start to kiss. But yeah. Ugh.
We get a hilarious market scene where we've met so many people, uncles, kings, many different people that talk to the ancestors, and there's another one we get to meet in the market, and somehow they have been given like a little scavenger hunt list. You need a female goat, you need some yams. So they go to this market, and the yams are huge.
Oh my gosh, they are huge.
Okay, wait. Yeah, our yams are like the yams we get in America are like sweet potato yams, or like they're like kind of like tiny little like things. I mean, these yams, they look like they look like
baseball
the roots
bats
of a tree. Would you say
baseball bats?
Yes, like baseball bats. Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
we get this interesting thing where he is like, how much is this yam? And they're like 5,000. And he's like, that's so much money. No, 5,000, absolutely too much money. No. So how about this? 2 for 10,000.
Yeah. It's exactly full price.
And get another one. Like you don't even.
Yeah.
She picks up on it. She's like, I think you're bad at negotiating.
I mean, I will say, to give him any grace, if that's whatever, is between those two conversations. First, she said that's too much, and she goes, "But we have no choice." And then he goes back and says 2 for 10,000. So I'm like, was he just like giving up? But still, you live there, you know the prices. Like, even if she's saying that, take care of her. You know what they're doing. And so, and the fact that she has to then be like, I don't have money anyway. I get it from my friend. She sponsors me, my sugar mama. So whose money are you just spending around?
Absolutely right.
Yeah.
Then she has to get a goat, and the goat, he does talk down. I mean, the goat, they talk down crazy. So the goat at one point is little baby goat, so super cute, by the way. I'm like, oh my God, do I want yoga with that goat? Whatever can I do?
I was a little worried we were gonna watch that goat get killed. I'm not gonna lie. I was like,
because of the cow skins that we saw.
Yeah, I was like, please don't show it. Please, like, I just don't want to see it. If it's gonna happen, just tell us it's happening. And like, I don't want to see that. Like, don't. But they didn't. So
I know. I was like thinking how they would do. Like, would they just like show us like a knife, the goat's face, and then they would cut away, and you'd hear it. Horrible. She says the goat is $130 at first, and then they talk that goat down to $45.
Yeah.
It's a huge
discount. I do like that she took charge. She was like, I'm gonna negotiate. Boom, boom, boom. And he was like, I gotta redeem myself. I'll get it down lower. And he like stepped in there. He's like, no, I can do it. I promise. Let me show you. Like, okay, good. You better show her. She needs that.
Yeah. So this all this looks like everyone's getting cutbacks of this entire situation of this woman. Like every priest you go to, every uncle, every king, I'm like, this is
Mhm.
all like Truman Show. Like I feel like this is all
Mhm.
or Jury Duty. Are you like, that show on Prime where everything is fake and this person doesn't know it? Like.
Yes, calls have been made. She is arriving. Let's get the money. I have to leave her soon because of the sacrilege.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
let's all
Mhm.
get money before let's get paid before she goes.
I
Hmm.
mean, yeah. They walk in, so they get all the stuff, and then of course they walk into a small room, honey, and there is a man, and he is at a 10.
Hmm.
There's
He's at a 15. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
This isn't like, oh, there's some sage being, cleansed. This isn't like, any sort of like calmness of the world. He is taken on the anger of the world, if not Daniel's own like, betrayal into his body. And he doesn't want, and by the way, you better not fucking come in with shoes.
Right.
Which I do appreciate that.
Yeah. I just think like I mean I'm South Asian. We have the shoe thing, but
Mhm.
people don't yell it. They make it clear like hey, or like other people help each other. Just so you know, shoes are not in the temple. Like you don't do that.
Mhm.
But if someone was like, I will do what I want, then maybe someone will yell at you. But she just arrived, just getting the situation under control, and it was like, ah! I was like, just give her a second, man.
Mhm.
Let her know. Use your words.
His name is why do I decide I'm gonna say it? I'm gonna say not there's like I'm gonna say it's Ushi John and then Niguaba. Okay, and I'm so sorry, but I just thought the John what part was interesting. I also want to say that he's wearing like a red kind of Scrooge kind of hat, like it's like a Santa Scrooge, like he's going to like take a nap, it's like that kind of hat.
Yeah.
Um which I think it was funny. He is
I am
again
curious to see
screaming.
if there's gonna be a deep dive on it, like the last time this happened, where they're all just laughing, and then we find out he's like an actor or something like that. And so I'm waiting for like the Reddit threads to inform me whether or not this is actually a thing, or did we find him on the Craigslist or I don't know, because it kind of does feel like the Truman Show, like they are setting her up for disaster. So maybe it is actually a thing, but I want to see what people find out.
Yes.
Do the work for me. Let me know.
He at one point like mentions that he has an assistant. I'm like, is she getting paid? Like he says that Lisa needs to hold and kiss this statue that
The
he
middle
puts out.
kiss is hilarious. The lips, like, coming through the 2 bottles, which
I absolutely there's just also, as you say, a bottle of some sort of alcohol
gin.
right there. Yeah,
It's
just like
Siemens, I think it's the company. They showed it for multiple
yeah,
times. I was like, "What's going on?" It's the cleansing unit, the alcohol that he probably slips a couple drinks of sometimes.
yeah. My favorite drink is a French 75, which is basically gin and champagne. So I
Yeah,
mean,
it's great.
we're the same person basically, same taste.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just is screaming at her, and no one likes being no one when they hear about the lesbianism, everyone's so upset.
Which,
Um,
can I just say, and you probably
what?
talked about this in the past, but my big thing with the whole let's talk about the lesbianism thing is what is the plan? Is she gonna move to Nigeria? Because if she isn't moving there, you cannot keep this up. Your family, your daughter, and like the community you're with, are you gonna go back with Daniel? Like, is your plan just go back and be like, I don't like the gays now? Like, what's the plan here? Because you're getting cleansed. That is something you could do if you were like, I will accept it and move here and live under the rules of here. But it seems like he's coming with you. And if he views this and keeps this up, I just don't know what's going on in her head. Like your friends are most likely of all like trans and gay and
She doesn't care
like
about him. She doesn't care about
yeah.
herself. She doesn't care about her daughter. She's literally like, I'm giving him all up. It's like I think if she was here, she'd be like, oh, I don't care about that. I'm gonna be with Daniel. They're not my friends anymore. I'm with Daniel.
Absolutely insane.
I
Huh,
think
it's
it's the
so
same thing of
frustrating.
like, would you rather be with this person or be single? And if you choose this person, then your entire life, like thus far was sort of meaningless and not
Mhm.
important, because what
Yeah.
is important, of course, is to be now with this person.
I
whatever
love
reason.
though that she is making Daniel work for it. Like he's having to find ways to make it everything okay so he can get his paycheck. Like good, make him work for it because it was too easy. He was just gonna get you and blah blah blah. No, no, no. Now you have to somehow, you know, lied about being married, lied about a woman's relationship, lied about being married to a woman, lied about being like still married and like not being divorced. All of these lies, and each time he's like, how do I make this okay? Okay, who can we go to? And then they will make it okay, and then I can breathe. And I got to get my paycheck though. I worked too hard on this.
He switches, right? Because like right afterwards, she gets cleansed, honey. She's like, "Oh, great, I'm cleansed now. Can we have sex?" And look how happy he is. He's like, "Sure, why not?" He's like, this man. The smile of this
Yeah,
man is
sure,
a
why not though? Like when you really wanted to, would you be like, sure, why not? Can't think of another reason why not. Anyone got anything? Any
yeah,
skeletons ready to come out they can use? No? Okay, I guess so.
honey. They get back in that car, and he knows
Oh,
what he's got to do.
yep.
He
But his eyes
devoured
don't. His
me.
eyes do not know. They're like searching for anything but her. Oh my gosh. That was an awkward, and they have awkward kisses constantly, but this was extra level of you're just gonna let us see that you're trying to find a way out.
Yeah, there's like that meme. Oh, I wish I could. There's like a meme of like some weird. I don't know if it's like I forgot what Arthur or some kids comic character that does like a this kind of look. I mean, I gotta now find it because I'm not even making sense. I'll find it. I'll just like put it. But yeah, like I mean, now we'll see, like, she's cleansed. No, all her lies are gone. She has no more lies. Like there's
Mhm.
still some issues. Like, of course, Faith doesn't want her to get married, and he has never even asked about Faith or about meeting her. Like,
Mhm.
I'm surprised that we haven't
And the
gotten a
money
FaceTime.
situation. Does
What?
Daniel realize that her best friend is the one paying for everything? Does he even know that? That's still because he thinks he's getting the girl who's paying for things has money. So that's still a secret, I think, unless I missed the episode where he understands that she gets her
No,
money
he
somewhere else.
doesn't know that.
Yeah, so that's a big one because if you're trying to catch money, you got to know they have money.
I think that he thinks that she has more money than he has, period, and therefore,
Yeah.
or yeah,
But she doesn't. She's literally like out of money and goes for help. So hope that well doesn't dry up or start saying like, actually, you need to get a job and save money or something.
my goodness gracious, we're only episode 16, so we do have more to come about them. Like, and they're gonna have to throw another wrench in the plan, because as we know, any good storyteller knows that like as soon as you get a win,
Mm-hmm.
you get a loss.
They did give a little tidbit in the to come for
Mhm.
them. Pun about to be intended. But she does talk about oral sex. And I don't know why I thought Daniel was someone who did that. And it would totally took me by surprise that he was like, I know you've been with women, like as if that was specific women thing and it wasn't a normal thing. I was kind of shocked. But she expressed herself. She said, this is very important for me. I'm like, you didn't lead with that?
When Lisa stands up for herself, I'm always like, oh, okay, but like, because again, she also stood up for herself when she's like, you know what, fuck you, I am not evil, I give you money. And then she turned around, of course, and was like, just kidding, I love you. You're just like, oh, like there's parts of her
Mhm.
where, when she would also stand up for herself and her beliefs, like, I just feel like people should love everyone. You're like, yeah, of course you do. This is, anyway.
And even the contrast of like they'll show it during the when she's at the chief priest. Is that what it was? Chief priest. But she's like like in fear of this but then they cut to her like interview and she's like, this is voodoo magic, blah blah blah. But like in the moment you seem like you're buying all of it, like you're
Yeah.
afraid for your life, but then instantly that little switch with her it's funny.
Is she a good
'Cause I
actress?
don't Is she an actress?
Like,
Well, from what I've read or heard from like the pipelines is that she's not a great person, like manipulative and whatnot. And
true.
yeah,
And maybe even
they're
has,
both scamming each other. That's the fun for me is just watching who's gonna win the game today, and not really feeling bad for really any of them. For those two, I don't actually ever feel out. I'm like, who's it gonna be? I feel bad for her daughter. That's who I feel bad for.
Same. But yeah, there's so much to unpack with them. But again, I give her grace too. And like we've just said, she always looks cute.
She does. Her fashion game is surprising.
Mm-hmm.
Not the hair though. She could
I
work
know.
on the hair, but her actual clothes and choices, I am like, okay, I see you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually feel like this time she picked her own outfit because the first one they picked for her, it was like the shopkeeper or maybe it was
Mm-hmm.
Daniel. I was like, did you just like pick the first thing you found or the one that hasn't been selling? Because that was not flattering for her skin. For me, I was like, that's not the color for you.
Mm-mm.
And then this time she was like, I'm gonna pick my own color.
Mm-hmm.
Gorgeous. Looks
Mm-hmm.
great. Good job.
Yeah. Good
Yeah.
for her.
Yeah.
My love, that is the end of the episode, but obviously I'm happy because we got more to come, like season wise. Thank
Mhm.
you so much for talking about this with me.
This was so much fun. Thanks for having me.
My God. I like wanted to talk about, yeah, like what was it like? Okay. What was it like throwing a fake movie wedding in India?
Okay. So
Just because we've seen, so sorry, because we've seen like so many beautiful like different parts of the Indian wedding like on the television show that we're like on 90 Day Fiance or whatever.
Mhm.
And so I guess that's why I'm asking. And I know you didn't get married there, but like, right?
I didn't
You
like
got married.
my actual wedding was here.
Yeah.
But for
But
the
yeah,
movie, for the range, you talking about Range Love or
yes,
like,
arranged love.
yeah, for the set thing. Um, you know what was really cool? I always knew that in India, there's a lot more structure built to get things done quickly, like setting up the big we call them bandal, but it's like the setups, the wedding, everything, like
Infrastructures,
the
like almost.
infrastructures, yeah, like the flowers, the this
Hmm.
and that. They get done pretty quickly. They have so many laborers there, and like everything happens quick. A lot of fresh flowers, and things are like a little bit cheaper, especially if you're coming from abroad and you have that money. But even there, I mean, people who are getting married there, it's like gorgeous. They pull off some magic. So what was cool was when I was shooting it there, I remember I was getting ready, they're putting like the outfit on me, and I walked outside, and in the time I had gone in and they'd gotten me ready and I walked out, I took a moment because I was now surrounded with these beautiful lights, flowers, these background folk who are dressed like guests at the wedding and all this stuff, and I was just like, this is gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
Like, and at the time, trying to think, was I engaged already? No, I was not yet engaged, but I knew it was coming. So
Was he
marriage.
like, do you want to go up the steps? Do you want to see?
Yeah.
Sorry.
I mean, he did do it on a mountain, kind of, so on a hike. So,
Oh.
yeah, but much more meaningful. So,
Mhm. Good.
yeah, it was good. He did a good job. I said yes, then I married him. But yeah, we being there, it just kind of made me go like, oh, like there's a magical moment here, even though I know it's like part of this film, to be in India and be in what was built to look like what would happen here. And they truly did build what looks like it could be. Like I could go in there and just get married and it's already all done and on to parents die. Like it was just so gorgeous. So yeah, I think it was very, very impressive just to see how quickly they can transform a place into like a wonderland, an enchanted palace. And it was really, really lovely. Yeah.
Oh, God bless.
I know.
All right, my love. Well, are you also watching Single Life right now?
No.
Mm.
I didn't even know about this one.
Oh, honey, it's the show that happens on Monday nights. Did you see any of the previews for the new season of regular 90 Day? There's a brand new set of couples.
No, I have
Oh
not
my
seen
God, I'm
that.
gonna send that to you.
Okay.
Yeah, it's coming in
Get me
May.
more hooked. I
May.
need this.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what I need.
Yeah, I'm like a drug dealer.
Do you think actually I should ask you, do you think they're gonna show Emma anymore now that she's like back in LA?
I
We're
know.
talking about that. Like maybe we'll just get like a couple episodes later, maybe like an update, like a little quick 5 minute. How is she doing at that? Maybe she sees her friend and they have a debrief and we get a little insight into that. But
You're right.
maybe.
Maybe not. Because Elise was brought on so late in the game that if they dropped one out, it would make sense.
That makes sense. Yeah, because I wasn't around for that, so I didn't know who came in when. Like, for me, Aviva, I didn't see most of her, and she only popped up for me like last week. And I was like, "Who is this person? I don't know this person." So, and then maybe she was there before because there's like the aunt. I don't really know the aunt. I've never seen her, so
We had seen Spring. We had known that Spring was going to come at some point. And but yeah, their storyline was kind of it didn't have a lot of meat to it.
Yeah.
And it was interesting. Yeah, well, we'll see what happens with them. Okay, my love, thank you so much for talking with me. Will you just go ahead and tell everyone where you'd like people to follow you and your social media handles and stuff?
Sure. You can follow me on Instagram at Sharmita_Bhattacharya. Pretty simple.
And do you also have a Facebook? Do you have a public Facebook?
I do have an Actress Place
Yeah.
a page there, but you just have to search my name and see if you can find it because I don't remember what the handle was for it.
Yeah, but do it and yeah, like people's Facebook page. I think it's always important, especially like, artists. Unfortunately, all artists, just like Stig, we rely on our social media.
That's true. That's true. How else will you know about our lovely faces?
I know. And our charming personalities.
Yes. Because those matter, unlike in the show.
Yeah. And also, if you want to see me in my titty tops, you can.
I've got a pashmina shawl. Next time we'll wear that.
Yeah, what about honey? Just like, wrap it around.
Ours won't be itchy. It'll be soft fabric.
Yeah, cashmere. Hot. It's a little hot. That's so funny. But yeah. Okay. Awesome. I love you so much. Thank you so much for talking with me on this. If listeners want to follow me, I'm at Chris L. Farah on Instagram, on TikTok. I have a YouTube page, Chris Farah. I have a Patreon where you can get the visuals before anyone else of unedited visuals of the podcast of most episodes on Patreon. I also have a Substack. I have a Facebook page for Chris Farah, and I have a private group, Vanity Farah, for the podcast. Please also give this podcast 5 stars and a fun review wherever you listen to them. Other than that, I usually end the episode with like a little breathing moment because, it's important as we watch people be in the heat of emotions and reactions and learning things, and also not maybe having the greatest connection to themselves. We want the best for them. We want the best for ourselves. We just practice a little bit of mindfulness. So 2 breaths, just to be like, what a celebration that for one moment, we're all going to be in the present, and it is a gift and it's a practice as well. So just like you practice lesbianism, you have to practice mindfulness. So either you can use my breath or any other sound in the room, but you can plant your feet or feel your sit bones on a chair, and don't worry about the past and don't plan for the future, and just think, I am here. This is breath. Whatever you like. Let's do it though. Let's bring ourselves
Life is
together.
Wet and sloppy. It's okay.
Right now, wet, sloppy, right now. Okay.
This is an ASMR podcast now.
Yeah, this is how, I would do whatever it takes for a good review. Okay, 2 breaths, my love, and go. One more, because it feels good. Thank you so much for listening, everyone. Take care of yourselves and one another. Stand up for what you believe and make art. It could be small, but it's fine. We'll talk to you later. Bye.